Welcome back, fans and friends. I was walking into a store today and I happened to see something very rare, and I initially thought I already had it. So, that car in the top left there is the running on empty, I believe it's Series 13 or Series 14 Nissan Skyline 1999 version from STP. So, unfortunately, I was going to scroll through all the videos and see had I done this car already. Technically, I have, but because I like running, I do believe running on empty is one of their best series. It's the most varied, that's for sure, and they're probably the best decorated. Black Bandit is probably, in terms of aesthetics, better, but still. Anyway, STP. Why was that important? Well, I almost didn't buy this because it is also STP, and my brain was saying, you already have an STP one, don't get another one. But then I managed to find a picture, told me it is that STP, which is the unusual STP. This is the normal STP. I've done a bunch of the Ford Escorts, Cosworths, and their STP is closer to this than it is to that. That's more like a red line coloring. Anyway, so here's the running on empty Series 15 version of the 2002 Nissan Skyline. Like I said, that one there is 1999. This one's 2002, so obviously it's going to be extremely similar. This is the last generation of the car before it became the GTR, I think, 5 years later. And the Skyline itself was just entirely discontinued. So, well, I do believe it's actually a passenger car now. It's not the GTR version at all. It's just the Skyline. And it'll look nothing like this. So, it looks really nice in its package, like I said. Paint scheme is not just an invert version of that. It is not entirely new, but entirely unique. And as always, we can see that it looks really nice. We have inserts. There's the Nissan symbol, the GTR in the center there. Nice and easy to see. I can see it from outside of the package. There's the GTR on the right side of the Nissan symbol in the back. All four lights. So we'll be comparing it to that a little bit better afterwards. And underneath the vehicle, probably going to be eerily similar. I don't see, yeah, I do see the limited edition number is there. So, like I said, Series 15 was actually the only Series 15 on the wall, so there was nothing else. There was no Mustangs, no Ford GTs, nothing else. Although one of the complaints I do have is you see here there's two Corvettes. And then I do believe I've done this one, I think, Mr. Bartle. So I've done this one before. I don't know if I've done this one, but I have done an Impala SS. It was really nicely done. So if you're looking for that one really release in this livery, go for that. Other than that, the only thing that's important to us here is the 229th day of last year, 14562 WB. We have Holley carburetors, Goodyear tires, STP the oil company, Texaco, Chevron, Gulf Oil as the sponsors, Ford Motor Company, GM, and Nissan as the manufacturers. And obviously Nissan is here, Ford, and then the rest is Ford, two Mustangs, and then the Chevrolet. So, and like I said, it is running on empty Series 15. Like I said, every car will have its own unique packaging, similar to the vintage ads, but the vintage ads will have the same background. It's just the ad itself changes. So just be aware of that. Like I said, it's one of my favorite, if not the favorite, of this channel in terms of Greenlights. And they used to be harder to find, but now apparently I have two. That's not going to be enough. If I see more, I will buy more. So, like I said, the best part about the car. And then we go from there. We have the rearview mirrors, right-hand drive. Nice and easy to see into the cabin. Both cars near identical. Unfortunately, it doesn't say Nissan there, but anyway. Rearview mirrors, we have the gas cap on the driver's side of the car. So I brought this up before. If you don't like I like the gas cap on the same side as the driver. But if it's a right-hand drive car, obviously it has to change. And I didn't see this before, but the main difference between these two vehicles aesthetically will be the hood scoop here is not present whatsoever on that car. Anyway, the front. We have inserts for lights, GTR on the front there, the two white accents for the turning signal. The front grille is black, but nothing's on the license plate, so that's kind of disappointing. You can clearly see the rearview mirrors on either side of the car. Nice to see, already brought that up about the cabin. A little bit of a burr here on the spoiler. I did not see that earlier. I'm not going to file it down because I don't want to risk damage to the rest of it. I don't want to repaint it. rear wiper there, wipers just etched into the plastic. Going to the right side, like I said, gas cap, door handles painted in, and the keyhole there. The side windows actually, yeah, easy to see through, no complaints there. The wheels more or less even because they're very simple. There you have STP, registered trademark, and the number 2. You have a little bit of an etching there on the spoiler. I don't quite remember. I think the spoiler actually is a different model from the spoiler on that car. We have Nissan, GTR, and the 2 differently colored lights. Once again, nothing on the plates. That's kind of disappointing. The silver colored exhaust, always nice. And this side identical to the other side. Including, I didn't see this before, but the little symbol there, I can't quite see what it is. Yeah, it's a shield of some kind, but unfortunately I'm not very familiar with STP or Nissan's Nismo shield badging. Probably not on this car. Anyway, so having covered the back, having covered the front and both sides, top and now to the bottom. So obviously there, 22922. We have Greenlight. It is a 2017 casting. And 2002 Nissan car. And here they put the R34. So here the R34 as well. Underside appears to be almost completely the same. Except here it's a little bit less finished for some unknown reason. They are both 2017 castings, so they're either or identical. And nothing much to complain about there. I mean, I do like the car, so they can't do almost no wrong. And then there we have the spoilers. They are exactly the same. So I thought it might have been a little bit different, but it's not. It's just painted differently. And so the final thing to do with these cars, which is one of the reasons I do like them, makes it a little bit better than the Takara Tomy versions, is it does have an opening hood. To show us that, I believe it is a 6-cylinder engine. Oh, and this one is way easier to open than that one. So there we have it. The engine. And how does it compare to the old one? I don't know. I think the old one, because of the silver on black with orange, is easier to see anyway. You can decide for yourself in the comments. If I do get them, great. There you have it, the Nissan Skyline, the 2002 version of the GTR. On the left is the 1999 version, and you can see actually the hood does not open quite as wide as the 1999 one. I just noticed that now. You can see there clearly. I don't want to damage it, but there you can just see the hood on the newer one does not open quite as wide as on the older one. Is that a drawback? Kind of. It's harder to see the engine. So I don't want to bend it too much. I don't want to break it. So I just took this out of the package. So I don't want within 10 minutes I've already damaged it. Anyway, friends and friends, one of my favorite vehicles of all time. The 2002 R34 version of the Nissan Skyline GTR. Brought to us by Greenlight's Running on Empty Series 15. As sponsored by STP Oil Company. So there you have it. Just do the roll test quickly. Rolls very well. So that's one of those cars I think they've continuously done really well. The only one other I'm looking for now I think is the Black Bandit, which would be this, but basically all black. Matte black, preferably, not the shiny black like this one. And so there we have it. Like I said, the one major complaint I do have about this one, and you can see there the hood that I was talking about is different than this one here. This is just a flat panel hood. The other one has the louvers on it as the main difference between the two cars. And the fact that this hood does not open quite as wide as the other one. Anyway, video is now complete. I don't have really too much else to talk about. If you can find them on shelves, good for you. I happen to, like I said, purely by randomness find this on the shelf. So, thanks for watching. This is Thomas from Toronto, and to the next one.